Catch and Release is a new romantic comedy starring Jennifer Garner as a woman who is about to get married. Unfortunately, her fiancé dies on his bachelor weekend, turning the wedding day into a wake instead. After a while, she starts to find out things about him she never knew before. He may have been very wealthy. He also may have fathered a child.
But of course, unfortunately, the movie doesn't end there. Kevin Smith shows up as Jennifer Garner's goofball friend. Smith is, of course, the writer-director of such films as Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. There's a reason Silent Bob remains silent, by the way. Also in the cast is Timothy Olyphant as Garner's potential love interest. Olyphant is a cad at first, of course, but it turns out he has a heart of gold.
I owe you an apology.
Just one?
I mean the funeral. Sorry I ruined it for you.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for you, that would have been one great day.
The reason he's apologizing in that scene is because on the day of her fiance's funeral, the saddest day of her life, this guy took some woman he just met up into the bathroom to have sex with her on the sink.
Right.
While poor Garner's character was sitting in the bathtub with the shower curtain closed,
Right.
listening to them the whole time.
Right, and of course she doesn't object.
No.
Or get up and tell them to stop or leave the
no,
room.
no.
That would kill the comic
In
moment.
fact, this movie is all about embarrassment. I kept noticing that people are always walking into rooms and being embarrassed by who they look at and
Yeah.
who they confront. When you just keep sitting there waiting for it to get funnier than it is.
Well, also the characters aren't very likable.
No.
I mean, starting with Olyphant.
Yeah.
And unfortunately extending to Garner. I like Garner. I liked her very much. And what was it, 13 going on 30?
13, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she was charming in that movie. I thought that was a charming movie. This is not a charming movie. She does, unfortunately, has to do a lot of the heavy lifting to get through very poor dialogue that's as tortured as the fishing metaphors in this movie.
Yeah, and when she has her big confession scene around a dinner table, that
Yeah.
really seems forced.
Yeah.
And you know what else? You know what Grady never knew about me is that I think catch and release fishermen are heartless weenies. I think putting a fish through agony for nothing more than your own entertainment is just plain cruel.
We do want to single out, if people don't know about this, Sam Jager is an Otterbein graduate, originally from Perrysburg, Ohio, still has friends and family in the area. He plays, well, he's sort of like the other member of this group that runs around. He doesn't get enough lines, quite frankly. I hope he gets a better part next time.
Yeah.
But
he's a fifth wheel in a movie with 6 or 7 different wheels.
That's right.
And,
It's got its share of
yeah,
wheels.
I mean,
doesn't it?
this is basically the type of, it reminded me of a television sitcom. It's the type of movie where all the major plot points hinge on a scene where someone overhears a conversation that they're not supposed to hear. That happens 4 or 5 times in this movie, and it's just lazy writing.
Yeah, it's like watching Mayberry RFD over and over again.
Right.
Catch and Release, opening in theaters January 26th.
What took you so long?